here, January 22nd at the V Bellota Con. This is night, and you're looking at the game. It's called the Spanish Ulcer, and here we have the designer, Quique Espárrago. Quique, how you doing?
Bien, muy bien, gracias.
Muy bien, muy bien. So this is a game about the War of Independence in Spain.
The Peninsular War. The Peninsular War in the English
The Peninsular War in Spain.
In the English War.
What can you tell us about the game?
¿Te lo puedo hablar en español?
En español no hay problema, yo me
Tú traduces.
Yo traduzco.
Bueno, es un juego de toda la guerra peninsular, desde 1808 a 1814, para 3 jugadores. Los blancos son los españoles, los azules y de otros colores son los aliados franceses, son Francia, y los rojos y verdes son los ingleses y portugueses.
Okay, so it's a 3-player game. You got red and green pieces are British. You got the white units are Spanish, and the blue are French, right? And it's card-driven game for 3 players.
Con mazos independientes, esta es una carta francesa.
Each side has their own independent deck, like in Paths of Glory.
Dividido entre tres guerras, Initial War, Endless War, and Final War.
Alto.
So you have 3 epochs.
No, alto, Ángel, por Dios, vamos a ver primero. Márcalos.
Ya están marcados.
Vale, pero déjalos donde estaban.
¿Qué pasa?
Porque te voy a jugar un evento que es barro para que solamente muevan 2 espacios cada uno de toda esa gente.
¿De quién?
Todos esos gentes solamente mueven 2.
Okay. So the deck is divided in 3 epochs.
This is una British card. This is a RC card. This is a reaction card. And stopping, in this case, stopping the French movement in all stacks.
Okay, so it's a card that interrupts the French movement.
Si no vamos más, pues aquí ocupa esto, Albacete, Cagavete.
This card there, the event of this card, this is 2, I think it's into parentheses. This is for war status, and asterisk is retired after the use, and this is yellow card because there are 4 operations at the event. It's necessary to play before the red text. It's necessary, in this case, to play the FR6 card, Murat retired from Spain.
So this is a card that is conditioned to another event having occurred.
If you use this card, because it's impossible, by example, it's fall, and it's decided to play not like Evan, 4 points. 4 is for military operation, or 6 and 2 is for replacement. 6 is French replacement, 2 is satellite French replacement.
Okay, so it's like in Paths of Glory, you can use the card for different purposes. You can use it for the points, you can use it for the event, or you can use it for replacements. Okay.
You have in the map we have simplified because there is complex, and the problem for us is the scale of the map is small, and the pieces is larger. And we have in the future we have increased the scale of the map. The green is wooden space, brown is mountain space, and light green is light blue is swamps.
Okay.
The stars is fortress.
Yes.
And there are another fortress, like example, the Gibraltar is +3, is very stronger fortress.
A strong fortress.
Yes,
fortress.
And the white space here is, and the green here in Portugal, is the areas for the guerrilla. And from the guerrilla is possible put Spanish or Portuguese units for attacking the real war of the French armies in Spain.
Okay, so you have guerrilla units represented in the game on the Portuguese and Spanish guerrillas against the
red space with the border is red is the VP space, and this is for control the different tracks. And when one player advancing to the 40 VPs, the game ending, and the player with the more VPs is the winner. It's very difficult to win in Spain because all the player is against the winner.
Oh, I see. Okay.
French player?
The typical units is like this. This is a general, and this is one, by example, one French division. I think that like for this is one Spanish division. This is in brown center. The brown center is militia, is a low quality troops.
Okay.
This is
No sé, voy a asediarla.
one moment.
Ah, sí, pero deja la bandera.
This is the infantry line. Is 3 for attacking or for defend. The 3 is the standard movement.
Okay.
Is the same.
Okay.
This is one general. Sorry, this is two steps. This is the same steps. Like this is different with paths of glory. They are not the medium. I don't know. Remember in path of glory. In paths of glory, the name is I think the strength. But it is really when you have one loss, you move the step. The first you move this, and after this is returned to the destroyed unit.
So the strength does not decrease, but
Okay, it's only steps. It's more simplified,
okay.
and there are only one type of one type of units, no larger and small units. Only this, but their garrison cannot move, and you can
Garrisons
put
can
only in fortress and VP space.
Okay, I see.
The general, you have the general is, by example, lands. Land can control 5 units.
Okay.
Is the factor combat, in this case is 3, the long is 0, they are not.
Yes.
7 or 6 is the maximum movement.
Yes.
And 2 is the initiative, is used for rerolls in battles or for avoid or interception battles.
Okay, so that's the initiative. You use it for those purposes. Reroll, interceptions, and also in battles. Okay. So you have all the major generals represented here in the map, in the game. And Napoleon at some time comes in the game, right? I suppose. Napoleon appears sometime.
Napoleon is here. It's appeared by the previous card.
Okay.
And this is Napoleon. This is 3 in battle, 8 control of units division.
Yes.
8 is the movement, and 3 is the initiative, and the star is +1 in avoid and interception battles.
Okay. So you got Napoleon.
More, there are 25 turns. The winter turn and the first turn is reduced turn. It's only a little movement, only three rounds.
Those are the winter turns, are the ones in white.
Yes, it's white, and the first is spring, but it's only 3
months.
Yeah, yes.
So it's a shorter
3
turn.
rounds.
Okay.
And more is there are scenarios for full campaign.
Yes.
Starting in 1809, 1810, 1811, and 1812 here.
Okay. Oh, I see. So you got the whole campaign game, or you got shorter scenarios where you?
We have simplified the idea for this is complex to control the lock line of communication.
A line of communication.
If it's easy and they are not line of communication procedure.
Yes.
You need to spend level supply for no attrition at the end of each round.
Okay.
And if you cannot to use spend.
If you don't have enough supply, then you have to go for attrition.
You need attrition.
And attrition, I suppose, it can
Yes,
be brutal here.
you release attrition when at the end of turn, or when do you realize forces march.
Okay, when you conduct force marches.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
And if the Spanish guerrilla realize one special procedure, can put this unit, and this is really good, the supply between the French troops. And in this case, the attrition is increased, and you cannot put replacement in space isolated from France.
Isolated. Okay, so the guerrillas, their main role is to cut supply, and to place replacement somewhere, you got to be in supply.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
This is this is by example the different replacement cards.
Okay.
This is by example the B Rare 3 with Wellesley at this moment is white now because it's put in the
It's
back.
on the board.
And
Okay.
this is the another is for
It's like the
different
order of
cards.
battle card. Okay.
Yes, this is the different tables. This is the interception and avoid battle procedure. It's in one.
Yes.
This is one special procedure for siege.
got
This is
sieges.
the deer roll, the
Yeah.
modifiers,
Yes.
the fortress reduction,
Yes.
and the besiegers losses, and the garrison losses.
Okay. I see.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is the mixed table for battle and attrition.
And attrition, yes.
For battle, the modifier really is dependent from the terrain effect.
Terrain, and you have the terrain
And,
effects
and this is
table.
different for attrition. And for attrition, these are the modifiers.
And here are modifiers for attrition.
The number is clear, is the number of losses, steep losses, and when it's in battle, the difference in asterisks and no asterisks is for the winner of the battle.
Yeah, because sometimes you have cases where you lose the same amount of
Yes.
forces, but the side with the asterisk wins. Then.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
And another question is the battle procedure is like triple,
Tripoli.
three.
Triple.
Triple
Okay.
deer rolls, and you can deer roll, and you can use different modifiers for rerolls.
So you roll the die three
like,
times.
like the Caesar against Gauls.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's two dice, but here is 3 dice.
3 dice. Okay. So you roll 3 dice at
And
one
you
side.
can re-roll with battle card
see.
or
I see.
combat card, and for modifier for general, cavalry, terrain, etc.
You apply the modifiers. Interesting. Okay. So this is you need 3 players here.
Sí, estaba muerto allí, estaba muerto. Sorry. The another question is that you can activate one space when the double nationality, by example, the British and Portuguese cost 2.
Cost 2 points.
Yes, and normally the idea is the Spanish idea for the British player is put the Portuguese troops defending Portugal and advancing only with British troops.
British forces. Yeah.
Because it's more easy it's cheaper.
More effective,
to move.
yes.
Yes,
More
and you
efficient.
can, and when you play many cards, because there are many political events, you can use replacement, Portuguese replacement for a British division.
Oh, I see. So you
When you are advancing, by example, when Beresford arriving to the Portugal.
okay. And you're talking about there's 3 decks of cards. How many cards in total do you think it's going to take?
It's like 55 cards
55 per deck.
per deck.
Okay. I see.
And this is, by example, the idea, not is like Paths of Glory or Crusade and Revolution. You can activate for move, and when you arrive to the place, flip, and directly you can put attack or siege.
Okay, so you can move and attack in
Yes,
the same,
it's
in the
more,
same move.
more easier.
Okay.
And another question of the cards is, by example, an interesting idea for using one Spanish scoring card. And you need, the Spanish is like to lay a struggle. You
Okay,
need
to
coney the different spaces.
Oh, you have to
And
control
if
those
you,
spaces.
if you have the space, you receive victory point, or if you don't control these spaces, you receive minus victory
Oh,
points.
I see. So that's the way the Spanish.
This reason, for this reason, it's possible that at the beginning of the starting of the play testing of the game,
Yeah.
many French players put in the north of Spain and leave the another part of the country because not interesting for them. But in this case, when the French player receives this card, there are many penalties in VPs, and he decides to advance in, by example, in Portugal, like Macena or another French player, a French general, need to advance in Portugal.
So it forces the French to.
Yes, it's
They
the
can't
same.
stay passive in a corner of the
It's
board.
it's the same for the Spanish people,
Okay.
because the Spanish normally they stand in the mountain and quiet, waiting for French retreat, by example, for Russia, or for receiving British aid. No, you need to standing in the center of Spain.
Yes.
If you're not advancing in
you
Spain,
don't get the points.
VPB
Yeah,
negative.
you just can't sit around the mountains. You gotta take some spaces in order to get these points. the victory points.
There are different scoring points.
cards,
There are
okay.
many. It's for the initial war, endless struggle, or final struggle.
So these cards are going to dictate the strategy in
Yeah.
a sense for each of the
Yeah,
sides,
yeah,
depending
yeah.
because you want to score those points. So
Yeah,
and
and the final idea for the game
Yes.
is for explaining these tracks. This is the track of the Napoleonic wars track, and if you need to, the Peninsular War is very influenced by the
by events.
by the different situation of the empire, the French Empire.
Okay.
And we have simulated, by example, the Austrian War in 1809, by example, the Wagram, Eckmühl, etc. And when this is the French receive the dangerous situation of the Austria and
Yeah.
need to retiring, by example, Napoleon and another general
see.
and troops. In this case, with the French use an interesting card for him, because it's a 5 value card, the war is ending, and new reinforcement, new increased replacement go into Spain, like historical. And when more even are played, in one moment the Russian campaign is starting.
So then they're going to pull out
Yes.
troops from Spain.
Yes, and more troops, and another more, the defeat of Napoleon in Russia, more. And after this, Austria go into the war in 1830.
So you're taking into account the effects of the
Yeah.
campaigns in other places of Europe on the forces of French forces in
Yes.
Spain.
And this is the one little track for the French. Is the French event expensive event, because there are 4 and 5 value cards for put an American in war,
Okay.
tracking the war of 1812.
So if you're playing the game, you have to choose between playing the card for its points or to trigger one of these events.
Yes.
So you got to think hard. Yeah.
Like in Paths of
of
Glory,
Glory.
the Russian Revolution, or the US entry.
Yeah, you gotta think it well.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be a momentous decision.
Yes, and this is 2 tracks for political issues in Spain and Britain. By example, you can advance in for receiving VPs, increase the war status in very case moments in the war for political. By example, the court is meeting, or the court proclaimed the first Spanish constitution. This is a very important key situation in Spain. And this is for the another track is, and the same is similar, is when the initial situation with Great Britain and Spain in war, allied, and when they finish, when the Wellington is created commander-in-chief of the Allied force in the peninsula.
I see. So this is the equivalent of the war status track in Paths of Glory.
No, this is the war status, and this is a secondary. This is a war status, and this is another political event, like in Paths of Glory, not indicated one track.
Oh, I see.
Here is a track, and it's more easy for remembering the different connected events.
So this is like a player aid that is on the board that you use to denote which prior events have occurred that trigger other events that come in next. So it's easier to know which event can apply because you know which event has already occurred. So this is you're playtesting this game here, I suppose.
Yeah, we have starting we have about the 6 month realizing the play testing, but we need to increase the number of different play testing
Yes.
for improve the different mechanical and for adjust the war status, the VPs, etc. for one balanced game.
Yeah, you got to fine tune it and balance it. Yeah, so that takes some time.
And improve the cards because many cards it's possible that boring and all the time is always is used like operation. This is
Exactly.
stupid. We need to the interest in the card.
Yeah, yeah.
For the player has a problem really for deciding one or another way.
Exactly. That's the key of the card-driven game. That a card can be useful for a purpose at one time, and the same card you can use it for another purpose. So that players don't always use it for the same purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's part of the
Normally,
dynamic.
the more interesting for value card is spending in political uses, and you need to. Oh, there are many replacement. Oh, there are
Exactly.
many operation, and this is using in one stupid event.
Yes,
But
yeah.
you need the event.
Yep. Yep. So it looks very good. It's a very interesting topic. There's not many games on the subject. I know that the GMT has the Wellington game, but Wellington has, I think you share the same deck of cards for everybody.
I don't like, normally I don't like,
I like the separate decks.
in this case I prefer separate
Yeah,
deck.
me
By
too.
example, the Hannibal is one game, one only deck, or two-layer struggle, and it's perfect.
Okay.
But for this game, I prefer the historical game. I prefer three different games, decks. And the another question is I suppose that it's more interesting because the player can modify it. Restart all the time, draw the card. For me, it's difficult because I consider that the player is stupid. The player need to control relatively the sizing of the short plays, short time, and long time. And for this reason, you need to control your deck. For this reason, we have there are 6 rounds each turn. 6 rounds exactly. The winter is only 3.
And in each round you play a card.
Yes, but you can save 2 cards.
Oh, okay, so
You
you're
save
not.
8.
Oh, okay.
You have more
So
control.
that mitigates against bad luck,
Yes.
or if you want to really hammer in something the next turn, you save a very valuable card for the next turn. So you have that flex. Or if you want to, even if you want to bluff and let the other players think you have a really nice 2 set cards for the next turn, and it's a very interesting mechanic. It allows to correct against bad luck.
But I think it's very important the opinion of different playtesters.
Yeah, of course.
My experience of Congress of Vienna is that the playtester can help a high level of the designer, because the designer is theoretical and you can put with very clever or different thinking. For me, it's very interesting for improve the quality of the game.
Yes, I mean, it's always good to have somebody with a fresh point of view, that because one is thinking always in one term, and having a lot of people play test it brings that. So it looks really interesting.
¿Puede ser 6 o más de 6? Para arriesgarte, 6 o más de 6.
6 más de 6.
¿Eh?
6 o más de 6.
6 o más.
So Quique, this looks very interesting. I wish you the best on this topic, because this is a really, I think, interesting topic in the Napoleonic Wars, that usually we only see it in strategic games, like in a part of the strategic game, but never in this detail. And I like the Napoleonic War, but for me, they are not excellent games for a strategic game about the Peninsular War, because if you spend many time in line of communication on many excess, this is one tedious game, and the campaign is 100 hours. The idea is for playing this game, the full campaign, 10, 15 hours. Okay.
And one shorter scenario is about 2-3 hours.
Oh, I see. Okay. I mean, historically, it was a long campaign, from 1807 to 1814, something like that. When does it start?
This is game. Sorry?
Historically, it started when? In 1807?
1808.
1808.
And
Okay.
finished in 1814.
1814.
Really
so
six years.
6 years. So it's a long campaign.
Yeah, but the idea is possible to shorten them because they put the winter term there. I think
Yes.
there are 6, and this is really half terms.
Okay. Yeah. So got it. Well, Quique, I wish you the best of success. And this is called what? The Spanish ulcer.
The Spanish, thank you.
The Spanish. There's a book on.
This is the Napoleon wars about the Spanish War, the Spanish the Peninsular War.
Oh, yes.
They not kill him, but is a long time is contribute to the destroyer of Napoleon.
Yes. Well, no, it was the tomb for the Napoleonic army. 6 years, having guerrillas attack and fighting. Well, thanks a lot, Quique. Wish you the best.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.